So, the pieces of the unconventional man, while they work together, they don't always have to happen together. And that's the beauty of it. There are things that you just have to do. And as we get into the program, I'm going to help you customize when and where you do it. Breathing can happen anywhere, in your bed, in your bathroom, in your car, in your office, but it has to happen. Rolling can happen anytime, in your office, before your workout, away from your workout, in your living room. It doesn't always have to happen before the workout, but it does have to happen on that day. What we're going to talk about now is Pilates, or what I like to call man-lates. So what do I mean by man-lates? Well, Joseph Pilates invented Pilates in the 1930s. He was a gymnast, he was a boxer. He actually came to North America to train the German boxing champion. I'm sharing this with you because what Pilates essentially is a series of movements that are designed to help you increase flexibility, understand what your core really is and learn how to use it, balance and improve your injuries, increase your muscle control, your mobility. It is honestly the glue that can integrate your strength and your mobility into one thing and give your body a jump off place to just move and feel better. So if the things that we've done before have been easy and just require relaxation to get good at, Pilates is kind of on the opposite side. What Pilates does require is your concentration and your attention to detail. I'm not promising you that this part is going to be fun. I don't have a lot of people that say, hey, Pilates is a whole lot of fun. What they do say is that it's effective and that it works and that they feel better from it. They feel better, they move better, they live better. And that's what we want. That's what we're after. So just like we don't eat for taste, we don't work out for looks. We work out for effectiveness, for discipline, and for the result. That's what we're after, the result. Move better, feel better, just be a better exister on this planet. Okay, so I could talk all day about what Pilates is, but I'm going to take you through the first 10 or so Pilates exercises that you're going to learn to master. You have a list, you'll have a workout. So the way it's going to work is I'm going to do some workshops on it. Like I'll teach you guys what I want you to focus on, and then I'll do it, and then you guys will practice it, and we'll come together for questions, etc. Okay, so our first Pilates exercise, the first one I'm going to teach today is called the roll-up. And I'm teaching that one because it is one of the easiest, one of the first, and one of the easiest way for you to kind of learn the shapes that we're after. So I am sitting on my butt with my legs out in front of me, and this is the appropriate place for me to start. And you can see my feet are wider than my hips. So some of the rules that apply for things in Pilates, the wider your hips are, legs are, the more space you're gonna have for your hip flexors to move. So, and the more narrow your legs are, the more you're gonna have to work to get the strength on the inner lines of your legs. So we're gonna start this one with our feet shoulder width apart, or just wider than our shoulders, and then we pay attention to everything. So in the beginning, I would like your feet erect, as if you're standing on the floor. So this shape that you would use when you're standing on the floor, it's the same shape I want you to keep when you're up here. Now you've got to keep that shape, which means you can't let your feet fall open or fall to the center. You're going to keep them in line with where they are. The next thing we're going to do is practice using what we call scooping. So what is scooping? My belly button is a great way to know what my diaphragm is doing. So when I want to tighten my diaphragm or use it to control my spine, I do this action called scooping. And so scooping is me pulling my belly button in as deep as I can. Now as I do that, you can see how my waist tightens, the muscle around my waist tighten, and my posture gets taller. You can't scoop, watch. You let it go, but if you scoop, you naturally lift yourself up taller. So this scooping action is one of the most important actions for you to learn as you're practicing doing your Pilates actions, okay? So that's one. So we learned how to scoop to get our upper body on. We have our legs straight, and now we gotta learn how to use our legs. So to use our legs, we dig our heels in. So two things you're learning right now. We're scooping our belly button in to get our waist active, and I'm digging my heels in, and as I dig my heels in, you can see me get up into the air. So we call that perching, okay? Those two actions will govern how I control what's happening in this area that we call our powerhouse. So this first exercise called the roll up, I'm actually gonna roll down before I roll up. I'm gonna dig my heels in, perch to be on, scoop to be on. Now I'm going to roll down one bone at a time. And so I'm scooping the whole time, pressing my legs the whole time, reaching my hands and my head the whole time. And my idea is I wanna get one bone down to the floor at a time. Now when I get right about here, I'm gonna hold my ribs on, and I'm gonna keep this action, and I'm trying to get as long as I can through my spine, even through my hands, and reach myself all the way back, okay? Now, I'm not off, watch me go off, okay? That's my body going off. There's no off. See, my feet went off. My feet stay vertically active, my scoop stays on, my ribs are locked into this tube, and I'm actively like as tall as I can. Okay, so this is the bottom of the roll up. So I'm gonna bring my hands forward, and now I'm gonna roll myself up and forward. I gotta press my heels in and scoop one bone at a time. Now I'm trying to curve my spine as I reach past my hands. My head is not going to my feet, it's going to the floor. So I'm pushing my head down and in, arms are reaching in, and I'm gonna use my breath. Inhale, exhale to reach further. Inhale, exhale to reach further. Inhale, exhale to reach further. So now I'm rolled up all the way, and then I'm gonna roll down. Using my scoop, pressing my legs to straight, and then I'm lowering myself down, one bone at a time. And so I'm practicing using my core to make this specific shape on my body. So this is what it looks like at full speed. So that's an example of the roll up in action. So this simple exercise is great for flexibility in your spine, learning how to control your core muscles, and also increasing the connection between your upper and your lower body. It's an exercise that will stay the same. How do you know that you're getting better at it? Well, you'll feel your scoop getting stronger for one. Two, you'll actually be able to measure how far your hands are going past your toes, okay? And so the repetition of being able to do that skill is how you'll know that you're getting better at the Pilates exercise. Okay, so the next exercise we're gonna do is called the roll up. And so this is gonna be a good idea for you to see how we take the same shape and change the direction that you use it, but you're using the exact same muscles. So this one is called the roll over. So I finish my roll-ups on my back, and the roll over starts like this. So my legs come to vertical, my toes are pointed, and I'm gonna press myself over my legs to the wall. Now I'm open my feet, and now I'm just like I rolled over, I'm rolling back one bone at a time. Legs staying straight. Pulling myself right to this vertical spot, I bring them together, and I zip them over again, okay? So to get over, I'm gonna use my scoop and my hands to push myself all the way over. Now, once I'm in this spot, just like I had my head pushing into my knees, this time I'm gonna bring my shins down to my face. So it's like I'm dragging my shins along my face. Now what's going to want to happen for a lot of people is their head's going to want to come up. So you got to press your head down into the floor and then drag your shins along your face while you're working to press your legs to straight. until your sacrum hits the mat. Then you drop your legs and you come back around, okay? And this can work in 2 directions. This time I can go over with my legs open, bring them together, flex the feet, scoop and come down, one bone at a time. Good. So we would finish the rollover and I would switch you to an exercise called scissors. And scissors would work like this. So from this position, I might teach you what to do with your legs. So here are my feet in a parallel stance. But in Pilates, we want to always be using our glutes for things. So this is what we call Pilates stance, when I take my feet and I bring them away from each other. My toes come away and my toes are pointed. So from this position, I'm going to scoop my belly button in, press my spine nice and long, and I'm going to open my legs as wide as they can, and then I'm going to squeeze them together. But when they come together, it's just my heels and my center line coming together. So I'm going to point, and reach, wrap it back to the center. Point, and reach, wrap it back to the center. Point, and reach, wrap it back to the center. And then we would just transition to the next exercise. This one is called single leg circles. Look how grounded my bottom leg is. Scooped in is my top leg. And I'm working really hard to keep this angle with my legs. Now with my turnout, okay, I come across the body, down, around, and I stop. Across, down, around, and I stop. And I'll do this 5 or 8 times on each one, depending on the class, and then I will reverse the direction. And all we're doing is practicing how we can be mobile and strong and in control of the different body parts, okay? And so this is the system of exercise that we call Pilates. And this system of exercise will assure that all of the joints, the ligaments, the connection points in your body are worked in a specific way to assure that you're always at full strength. When I teach you these classes, because I'm so accustomed to teaching guys and I'm very familiar with the stiffness and the tightness that we get, I will stop and give you guys places for you to stretch and get mobile. So for example, the next exercise would be rolling like a ball. And before we teach rolling that ball, I always help us practice closing our knees. Healthy knees require that you can get full range of motion in the joint. So we would practice closing the heel to the butt, and then head touches the knee, head touches the knee, and then I would switch that to the other side. Heel to the butt, head touches the knee, head touches the knee, and then we'd practice that with both legs. Both heels to the butt, both head to both knees, head to both knees. Now practicing that helps us find the shape that we use for the exercise called rolling like a ball. Because in rolling like a ball, I bring my heels together, and then I'm going to scoop my belly button in and make my spine into the biggest curve I can, which means I got to bring my head to my knees. Then I lift my heels off the ground, and I've got to hold this shape while I roll down to roll up. Woo. Roll down to roll up. Roll down to roll up. Okay? And that's an example how we will use the transition of an exercise to work on the mobility of the exercise as you go through the exercises. So the Mat Pilates series is a series of 40 exercises that literally go from basic to intermediate to advanced. I don't expect you guys or need you guys to get to the advanced stuff right away, but the basic and the intermediate stuff will be so valuable to you and the long-term strength and vitality of your body if you can learn to use it. So these first layers are the foundation layers that we will use to set ourselves up for an unconventionally flexible, relaxed, and conscious body. I'll see you guys in the next video.